What's up, Recovered on Purpose family? Welcome to the Recovered on Purpose show, Monday Motivation. Super happy you're here. Love you guys. It's a new week, it's a new you, and it's a new opportunity to live the life you've always wanted to live. Enjoy the show and keep living Recovered on Purpose.
The black represents the darkness from which we came. The white represents the light in which we now live. And the red represents the passion it takes to live Recovered on Purpose.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Monday Motivation is here. Guys, we have a new week and a new opportunity to live the life we've always wanted to live in our recovery. And guys, I don't know if you know this, but apparently Colombia doesn't have the time change with the daylight savings. So the times have been a little messed up, but figuring that stuff out right now. But it's good to see you guys. And man, I am so excited about life right now. There are so many things that we can be doing. And I've been hearing a lot of really great messages going on, and a lot of us in recovery just we're coming together right now. We all have this collective mission to help the addict out there struggling and to stomp addiction off the planet. And that's what we're here for. That is what Recovered on Purpose is about. It's about us coming together as a recovery community, lifting up, sharing our stories, being loud and proud in our recovery so that we can help the addict out there struggling, and collectively we can find a solution to this problem that's taking so many people right now. And I know I, for one, am sick of it. I know a lot of you are sick of it. And if you're not, it's about time to get sick of it, because we're losing too many people. And the only people that are going to be able to lift up and do something about it are us in the recovery community. That's who it's up to. What's up, Jessica? Good to see you. Good morning. Good morning, Gloria. Good to see you. Good to see you all. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Guys, I have a message for you today. What we're going to talk about is facing challenges head on, not running from the challenges, but life is going to give us moments where we can either run away or we can face it head on. Where that mountain is in front of us, we can either try to go around it and find more and more mountains that we have to climb, or we can climb over that one in front of us and we can become the person that is strong enough to conquer these mountains, to get over these mountains. Good morning. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's stomp out the stigma and lift. Amen. Amen. So guys, one thing I want to get clear first off is, do not take this life for granted. And I, for one, and I know all of you out there listening, have had an experience where you didn't know if you were going to make it out. You didn't know if you were going to make it out of addiction. You didn't know if you were going to survive that life. But here we are, guys. If you're watching this right now, you have been gifted a life. You have breath in your lungs right now. And the odds of you being alive in this moment in time are like unfathomable, 1 in trillions. And if you're a human being in this time right now, you have the opportunity to do whatever you want with your life. You can create yourself into the person that you want to become. We're not like the dog who can only be a dog. We're not like the fish who can only be a fish. No, we have a part of our brain that makes it so that we are capable of becoming the things that we see in our mind. We have the opportunity to become who we want to become, to act the way that we want to act, to feel the way that we want to feel, and to think the way that we want to think. And with all of this combined, we're going to be able to become a person that is able to serve so many people. This is not this life in recovery has not just been, it's not just granted to us. It's not just something that we can take and have and hold on to for the rest of our life just for ourselves. We were gifted this life with a purpose, with a mission. Each and every one of us that has made it out of addiction, that went through this horrific thing in our life and we made it out, we now have a responsibility. We have a responsibility to get out there and help the addict that's still struggling. So if you're in a moment right now in your life where you're noticing that you're getting comfortable, you're noticing that, this routine is good, and that's good to have a good routine. But if you're noticing that you're okay with just sticking around right here, we got to smash that off right now. It's time to grow. It's time to progress. It's time to do more for the addict out there suffering, because each and every one of us, there's someone out there right now that is either sticking a needle in their arm and they don't want to. They're drinking out of a bottle in order so that they can eat breakfast. And these people are trapped, and their only hope is us. That's their only hope. So don't take this life for granted. We have a lot of things to do in this life in recovery. A lot of things to do. Good morning, Tiff. Great to see you. Great to see you. Good morning, everybody. Now, there will be challenges and there will be difficulties. No one said that life in recovery is going to be all rainbows and butterflies and, it's just going to be this cakewalk in recovery. There are going to be challenges and there are going to be difficulties. When something arises, if you lose a job or if one of your best friends relapses or somebody in your fellowship relapses and they're out there, right? That doesn't mean that we fall back from that and then we go into relapse as well, or we fall into a depressive state, or we fall into an emotional state that's taking us out of the game. When these challenges arise, when these difficulties arise, we have to face them head on. Every single day that we're waking up is a gift from God. We're living on borrowed time. We are living on borrowed time. I, for one, was found dead behind the wheel of a car in 2015. Every moment since that moment, I have been living on borrowed time that I technically don't even deserve it. I don't even necessarily deserve this life because I almost gave it away completely back then. And every one of us in recovery is going to face challenges and difficulties, but the reason that they're there is to make us grow as a person. So if you're at a time right now in your life, if you have something that you're facing right now, a challenge, something that's difficult sitting in front of you, what that's there for is to teach you something, to teach you that you are the type of person that can overcome this thing. You are the type of person that can overcome this breakup. You are the type of person that can overcome losing this job or this financial difficulty that you're in right now. You are the type of person that has the value within you, has everything you need right here within you to be able to overcome this and become a stronger person on the other side. Someone that knows that they're able to accomplish things, someone that knows that they're able to get over these mountains. Because when we come to the base of a mountain, right, and we see this difficulty, we see this challenge in front of us, are we going to turn around and go back? The only thing back there is addiction. The only thing back there is drugs and alcohol and being trapped in a place where we hate life and we can't be of use to anybody. We can't help anybody. But if we are the person that says, no, I'm gonna lace up my boots, I'm gonna take the first step towards this, and I'm gonna start to conquer this mountain. Those are the people in recovery that are gonna be out there helping addicts in an incredible way. The people, when something comes up, when something faces them right in front of them, we face it head on and we go right through that thing. And everybody watching this right now, you have the capability for that. You are powerful enough to face this mountain in your life right now. You are strong enough to lift this mountain off of you. You are the person that can overcome this. And you're the only one that's going to be able to for your own life. You're the only person that can overcome this mountain yourself. Love what you're doing, man. Love the shirt. Thanks, Carrie. Love you too. Good to see you. Your life has more value than you can possibly imagine. Now, this is something like we can imagine the value of someone else's life. We can say that there's the value of someone's life that we're helping. If someone is lost in addiction and they're going to die without us, we can picture the value of their life as infinite, right? But sometimes we can't value our own life. We can't see the value of our own life. We don't think about how much change we can make in the world, how much difference we can make in the world for people out there. And when we're thinking about this, they did studies and they found that people are like 80-something% more likely to, if they get a prescription for themselves and a prescription for their pet, their dog, they're like 80-something% more likely to give the full prescription of the dog as prescribed to the dog than they are to give it to themselves. And we have to change that. We have to change that. And that's obviously a metaphor, but we have to be looking at ourselves in the mirror and talking to ourselves as if we're our own best friend, as if we're the owner and the pet at the same time. We're going to take care of ourselves because the value that we see ourselves as is the value we're going to be able to contribute to the world. So if you're in a place right now and you're thinking, oh, my story doesn't have value, or, I don't, who can I help? What can I do? This is all I have is this and this. None of that is true. There is literally someone right now, whether on the streets, maybe they're even in the fellowships right now, that is struggling in addiction. And their only chance of finding recovery is the message that you carry. you personally, there's going to be a whole bunch of other messages that are coming at them, other people speaking into them, other people in meetings speaking, or other nonprofits seeing them on the streets and feeding them or whatever. But your message, someone out there, your message is the only one that's going to be the one that hits their heart, pierces into their soul, and gets them clean and sober. Your value is higher than you can possibly imagine. And especially for that one person, And I, for one, I believe there's more than one for each and every one of us. I say that there's one because 100% there is somebody that is counting on you, counting on your recovery, counting on your message, counting on your story getting out, and counting on you showing up. That's what it's about. You living your best life. The value that you allow yourself to see yourself as. I'm someone that does my dreams. I'm someone that accomplishes my goals. I'm someone that when I say I'm going to do something, when I say I'm going to wake up at 6 a.m. and go to the gym, I wake up at 6 a.m. and I go to the gym, because I know that I am valuable enough to take care of myself like that. And every moment, every decision that you make that tells yourself, that tells your mind, that tells your body, that tells your soul that you are valuable, that you are worthy of doing these things that you say you're going to do. Every single time that you do that, you are stepping one step closer towards that person that needs you, at your best. Because a lot of times when we write something down that we're going to do, when we have this vision, this thing that we want to do for our life, and we, maybe we want to be a certified addictions counselor, maybe we want to get our bachelor's in psychology or whatever it is. A lot of times when we have that vision, that's literally the vision God gave us. And in the course of following that vision, maybe one day on your way to school, you see somebody on the side of the road with a flat tire, and you go to help them change it, and you find out that they're addicted right now, and they didn't have anybody to call anymore. They didn't have any family anymore. And you changing their tire, you have 8, 9, 10 minutes with them while you're changing their tire to talk to them about recovery. Every step that you take towards that dream inside of you is an opportunity to find that person that needs your message. Your value is more than you can possibly imagine. More than you can possibly imagine. I'm terrified of my cancer diagnosis and treatment, soon surgeries. I don't want to relapse on painkillers. Is there any suggestions of alternative pain relief, etc.? Jessica, you can send me a message. I'm not a doctor, and I know people that have taken the pain medications as prescribed. I know people that have their sponsors that hold on to their medication for them, and have gotten off of it. There's I don't have an opinion either way on what you should do in that circumstance, but don't beat yourself up about needing something if you do. If you do need something and it's prescribed and you are taking care of it, don't beat yourself up about that. I don't consider that a relapse at all. And love you, Jessica. Love you. Here for you. I have a question for you. You have a wonderful message, but how do we help those in active addiction without putting our own recovery in danger? Tiff, that's a great question. That is a great question. For me, my recovery isn't really in danger by talking to someone that's struggling. I think that I have such a strong foundation now, a strong base, a strong fellowship community, and I've done so much work that when I'm talking to someone that's struggling, I'm in a place spiritually, emotionally, mentally, that I'm able to talk to them from a place of spiritual authority in that space. There's nothing that the spirits that are around them can do to get me to use or anything like that. So there's that. Then also there's this beautiful thing called social media. We don't realize how many people one post can reach if we do it right. If we post up a picture of us and say, I've got this many days, this was me, this many days ago, and now I'm clean and sober and I'm doing this, right? And that doesn't put you in a situation where you are right next to them and you're talking to them while they're using or whatever. But I, for one, in my recovery, when I was living in Denver, I used to go to the place where I used to pick up on a regular basis. Went there at least twice a year, talked to my old dope dealers, and I would talk to the addicts down there and just tell them my story and just love on them. I'm not afraid of the drugs or relapse or anything. If you're in a place where you think that you're in danger to help others, I would say that there's some foundational work that needs to be done. And if you don't have a sponsor, you haven't done the steps, I would suggest doing the steps just to get all that stuff out so you can understand that better. Just they have natural medications to help with that. Yeah, they do have natural pain medications and stuff. I don't know everything, but I for one, I just don't judge people that have to do something for their medical health at all. My purpose is bigger than anyone's opinion. Someone needs me to fulfill my divine purpose. Amen. 100%. It's 100% right. You're in my prayers. Sadly, I lost my dear mother to bone cancer 16 years ago. This year, she was a fighter, had a hysterectomy and double mastectomy, and was 21 years cancer-free when it hit her bones. Love you, Pam. Love you, Pam. Thank you so much, Adam. I appreciate that, brother. Love you too. Love you, Jessica. And we got one more for the day. Don't run from challenges. Run towards challenges. Like I was saying in an earlier one, when we have that mountain in front of us, right? And all that's behind us is the hell of addiction. If we turn to run away from the challenges, we're becoming somebody that when we're faced with something, we buckle up and run. We buckle up and run away. But if we're someone that sees a challenge and we run towards it because we know that we are more than a conqueror because he that is in us has already won our battles. We know that God that is within us, the same God that saved us from addiction, is still within us now. We can run towards these challenges. We can run up these mountains because we are the type of person that overcomes these things, that conquers these things. And when we're doing that, we become somebody that is so mentally, spiritually strong that there's nothing in front of us that can take us out. So that challenge that's in your life right now, whether you haven't looked at your credit score in a while, you haven't checked your finances in a while, you have this dream about becoming a certified addictions counselor that you haven't taken steps towards yet because you see it as a huge challenge. Whatever the challenge is in front of you today, I want you to take the first step and start running towards it. The first step, you will already start feeling the courage inside of you, the strength inside of you beginning to build up. So that's your call this week. Whatever that challenge is in front of you, start running towards it. I love you guys. Have an incredible, incredible week and keep living